see tomorrow, but to go over what. So I didn't do an episode last week, moving into college, stuff like that. So I'm delivered 2 episodes this weekend. One to end, do episode 59 today, episode 60 tomorrow. And to get into it, I'm gonna start with got 5 topics for both days. So I'm gonna start with TNA Emergence, which took place last week on August 15th. On that Friday, finally was able to sit down and watch it. The first match being Leon Slater versus Cedric Alexander for Leon's X Division Championship. This was a very good match. I really enjoyed this from start to finish. It was a good match. Aggressive start from Leon Slater, seeing a more aggressive side to him that you don't normally see, but he came out and had a point to prove. I feel like he came out more aggressive in this match than he did versus Moose, which was the match versus Moose was good as well, where he won the title. But I think this was Cedric. He was able to slow the match down a little bit, which isn't something that Cedric normally does. But with Leon being the faster opponent, slowing the match down just a little bit definitely worked to his benefit, at least for a portion of it, because he had gave himself a chance to win the match. Obviously, he didn't. Um, um, Leon finally he did the Styles Clash and hit the Swanton 450 after that to retain the title. But Cedric did a good job moving at a slower pace than normal, and he adjusted to it very well. And it was a match where the pace was slower with some of the opponents, and it didn't work as well. But this worked. This worked perfectly. This was a great opener. This was a uh, great opening match. No, this was the best match of Emergence. Leon Slater versus Cedric Alexander. That was a great way to get the show started for the X Division title. Then the match you had following that was Mustafa Ali taking on Matt Cardona. This match I didn't really enjoy, mainly because of all the outside interference and even the post-match stuff. That I really just didn't enjoy it. You had a fast-paced start, which I'm not fine with that. I think the match was solid, but I felt like it could have been better with the way that it was booked. Because you had the great hands getting involved constantly. What's good, Devon? With this Ali versus Matt Cardona match, you had the great hands getting involved a lot. Even you know, what's up, William? Then Matt Cardona got the win, which I didn't get because Mustafa Ali, he's gotten some good wins this year, but him losing to Matt Cardona didn't make sense to me because you just had this guy beat Joe Hendry recently. So I would have, and Matt Cardona is still a free agent technically, so I would have had Ali win to look dominant, but then you have Ali lose despite all the interference from the great hands from Tasha Steelz, and then you have a post-match beatdown with Agent Zero, the big dude attacking them as well, attacking Matt Cardona as well, and then the system they come out there to help Matt Cardona, which that makes sense. Didn't have a problem with that, but I was like, damn, you had Mustafa Ali, and it was actually a solid match, but it was just all the outside interference just for Ali to still lose. That makes him and his faction look weak. But but the feud with Order 4 and the system, I think that's gonna be good for TNA. And Moose just lost. I mean, well, I'm getting to that at the end of this recap, but I think it's gonna be Mustafa Ali might get a chance at the title. What's going on? For the people that just got in here, I'm talking about TNA Emergence because I just watched it, even though it took place last week. Said you think JC Jane retaining and Ramasha winning? Yeah, that triple threat is tomorrow, right? I think. And then you had, speaking of the system, you had them take on First Class, so which is Rich Swann and AJ Francis. This was I didn't really like this match either. And these back-to-back misses on these matches. Then I think first class ended up getting the win. I didn't enjoy this match. Didn't get too many notes for it. I was kind of disappointed in this match. But I just want to see the system and Order 4. I just want to see how their feud goes. But first class, I don't really know where they're going with that story. We'll see. But then, and now Devon, now that you brought up JC Jane and Masha, I'm finna talk about that the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match that took place for the at when that against Grand will have titles, but I don't know if they'll do that. But Sammy Callahan versus Mike Santana in a Baltimore street fight had Joe Hendry on commentary. This was a really good match. I enjoyed this. Unexpected because it was supposed to be a normal match between the two, but the fight quickly went outside the ring. Sammy did like a back body drop on the ramp to Mike Santana. Then it was some cool spots in this match. They both had a spot where they bit each other, which was interesting to say the least. But and Mike Santana refusing to use his chair was a surprise. Because it's like you agreed to a Baltimore street fight, so I don't know why you would refuse to use the chair. But even after multiple cactus drivers, Mike Santana was still able to kick out. And Mike, he hit a STB, and he ended up getting the win, which means that Sammy